Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Orphanlast, aka Skylar Madison, and today I'm coming at you with another Noblefrugalstudio Collaboration video where I paint out this background. And once I'm done painting this background, once it's all finished and stuff, I'm going to go ahead and submit it over to Noblefrugalstudio, which is a channel on YouTube ran by a guy called Sebastian. He's a really good guy. His channel is mainly focused on open tunes, and so, you know, his channel is pretty similar to mine. I like his teaching style, and eventually he's going to use this background to animate a complex animated scene, and he's going to be using open tunes in order to animate that scene. So I'm looking for that. If you guys are looking forward to that, feel free to take a look at his channel, which is supplied in the video description below. So yeah, anyways, so this whole week my tablet has been having some serious issues. The fact that I can give you guys this Noblefrugalstudio Collaboration video even to begin with is just kind of mind-boggling. Like, really, genuinely, like, I'm just really happy that I can actually supply this this video, because the stylus has just been an absolute and total nightmare, to the point to where it doesn't work in any serviceable way, regardless of if I'm using the desktop, if I'm just, you know, browsing around files, or if I'm on the browser, whatever. It doesn't matter what program I was using. Whenever I would hover my stylus over the graphics tablet, it would be registering pressure on the stylus, and all I'd be doing is hovering it over the graphics tablet. No, it's not like I was pressing the stylus against anything. It's just like I'd be dragging files all over my desktop, and very frustrating stuff. So I contacted Wacom multiple times, and by and large they've resolved most of the issues. The difference from how things were behaving to how they're behaving now is astronomical. I mean, I can actually get some work done in OpenTunes and in Krita, or on my desktop, or whatever it happens to be. I can actually get stuff done now. And all the only thing that they told me to do that dramatically changed the performance is I switched out the nib. I had no idea that a nib could cause that many problems. My goodness. Wow. But yeah, also Wacom has contacted me about a few other things about the issue through the email. However, it took forever. I had no, like, I don't know, maybe, you know, then again, it kind of makes sense why it took them so long, because with the recent update for Windows, it's been causing problems with people's styluses. Just something about it. I'm not really quite sure what it is. It's like, I guess they did some sort of update with the Windows Ink portion of Windows, and that's caused problems because, like, they wanted Windows to be more accessible for creative people. So people are experiencing issues where they'll be using Microsoft Office or something, and they use their stylus, and instead of the cursor showing up, they'd be drawing all over what they just typed up, and just all sorts of little issues. So if you happen to be experiencing tablet issues in general, not just OpenTunes tablet issues, it may not be your stylus's fault. There is a known issue going on, and it's not Wacom's fault, it's not Huion's fault, it's not any of these graphics tablet companies' fault. It's just them having to deal with Microsoft kind of screwing the pooch, just messing it up. So, yeah, recently I watched this video from Draw with Jazza, and he made this statement that kind of irritated me a little bit, because it's been so long since he last released a video about animation. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a tutorial, but it's been so long since he even so much as released a video on animation. And he said that his channel has transitioned from being about tutorials to being about having fun with art. Why can't you have fun with art and provide a tutorial? Now, I understand. I myself, I haven't really provided very many true tutorials in recent memory. Like the OpenTunes 1.2.0 video is here. That video right there. That I would say is a tutorial on how to optimize OpenTunes 1.2. But like the other tutorials, like the 90% of OpenTunes that I haven't even talked about, I've taught up to a specific point with OpenTunes, the actual software itself. And now that I've taught up to that specific point, I need to actually learn how to be a better animator before I go about providing tutorials and such like that. And so my channel is kind of, a hybrid between tutorials and me learning, basically documentation of my learning process. And, I think that's a good thing. You guys get to see different practices that you can exercise and getting better and all that good stuff. I think it's a pretty good system. Like even this right here, the Noblefrugalstudio Collaboration series, this is me learning how to color an image, how to color paint stuff, that sort of thing. And the thing is like, before I go about trying to teach people something, I need to make sure that, okay, can I do it? And then once I prove that I can, then at that point I'll teach, okay, this is how to do it. Not only that, but I've been illustrating my entire life, like ever since I could first hold a pencil. I could I've been drawing, and I know for a fact that I'm a good artist. Like, I've gotten enough compliments over it. I look at my own artwork and I'm like, okay, so yeah, that turned out pretty good, that sort of thing. So I know that if I set out to draw something, I tend to draw it pretty convincingly, at least. If not a great artist, then at least I'm a competent one. But really, throughout the time that I've been posting on YouTube, I haven't really shown you guys just how good I am. Like, and that's the thing with a lot of the tutorials out there. You don't know how good the person is at what they're teaching. And what I'm trying to do with this Noblefrugalstudio series is to show you guys, look, I do know how to draw. And hey, you look, I can paint something, and I can make it look good. And so that's what I'm setting out to do, to establish myself as a credible source before I go about making tutorials. Now, initially, I was thinking about teaching stuff about anatomy and such like that, But, Proco, that channel right there, I've looked at what they teach and all that, and to be honest, YouTube doesn't need another person teaching about anatomy, especially when they're doing it the right way. So that's my thoughts on that. So if you guys want to learn how to draw anatomy and all that good stuff, just look for Proco. Now this isn't the Proco collaboration series, so I'm not going to supply a video a link to the video description below. You just look for it yourself. Proko, I believe. Really good videos and such, but yeah, all that good stuff. Yeah. I've been thinking about it. I've almost got like 700 subscribers, so eventually I'm not really, I'm still kind of close to halfway towards having 1,000 subscribers, but I'm still, I'm getting over the hump, like the midway point and everything, and I just I've been thinking about, okay, what happens when I hit 1,000 subscribers? And I think what I'm going to do once I hit 1,000 subscribers is I'll go ahead and I'll make a Patreon. Not only that, but the Patreon, to me, unless you have something more to offer, there's nothing to, there's no reason why people would donate to a Patreon. And to be honest, I kind of feel like if the lion's share of what I teach or what I do isn't on my YouTube channel just as it is, then that's just not, I don't know, it's not fair, it's not right. And to be honest, I just don't have time to post extra stuff. Like, if you guys want to see the uncut, me painting or something like that, I don't have time, and my internet is not good enough to really do what I do on the weekends throughout the entire week. So that's just the way it is. But I'm also thinking about coming up with t-shirts and such like that once I hit 1,000 subscribers, and so I'm hoping and thinking that people might like that. Maybe the first t-shirt that I'll design is basically just basically a black shirt that has my logo that's on the left, breast, I guess, or on the upper pectoral, something like that. I think would look pretty nice. I'm not thinking that I don't know, you guys tell me what you think about this. I'm not really thinking it'll say Orphanlast. I'm just thinking about the logo itself. Maybe I might make two versions or something like that, but I don't really want to oversaturate things to the point to where there's so many products and such that no one is going to buy. I want actually something that people would actually want to wear. And because, I don't know, I look at my logo, and personally, for me, I look at it, I'm like, that's a good logo. It's dang good. Some of it is because, ever since I was a little kid, I used to, see this silhouette sort of looking logo of, Sherlock Holmes. Him in a profile view, silhouetted with a pipe in his mouth, and it was just his face inside of a white circle. And I guess that image right there really stuck out to me, and I just thought that was the coolest looking image. It really made Sherlock Holmes seem like the coolest person in the world to me as a little kid. And I designed my logo, and then just soon after designing the logo, I found one of these childhood books, and I'm looking at the logo of Sherlock Holmes, and then looking at my logo, and thinking, oh, wow, that really stuck out to me. Now, before people, I tell stories like this, and some people accuse me, oh, that's plagiarism. You stole that idea. Not really. I really didn't. There's this guy called Darren Brown. He's kind of a stage magician, but the thing is that he doesn't perform magic tricks. What he does is he performs stage hypnosis, and he basically he really does some amazing things with hypnotism. Hypnosis in general has always fascinated me. I've read multiple books about it, and even dabbled with it a little bit. It's not something that I like playing with too much after the fact. It's like the little Pandora's box that I've opened. But if hypnosis was really as effective as Hollywood makes it out to be, then the president of the United States wouldn't be an idiot, and he would be a hypnotist, basically. Every politician would be a hypnotist. And although the higher marketing professional type people and such that kind of sometimes specialize in hypnosis, that what they're doing is not hypnosis. It's just people that are able to read the market. Darren Brown, he actually did this weird experiment where he had a few little descriptions that he wanted done for a design, for something that he needed designed, I guess. And here he is talking to a bunch of graphic designers, just saying, yeah, I want to design like this, and this. And then he basically, in the initial meeting, he hands them an envelope and says, do not open this envelope. So throughout the whole time that they're working on these designs that he asked for, they haven't looked at the envelope at all. And when he looks at the designs, they're all very good designs, but he has them open up the envelope and pull out a bunch of pictures out of the envelope, and it wound up being a bunch, the exact same designs that they came up with. And they asked him how he did it. And basically, he found out the general vicinity that each one of these graphic designers live. And he got on the public transit systems and such like that. In England and such, from my understanding, public transit is a little bit more common than the United States. And he just kept looking at all of the local businesses and all these different designs that they had with the graphic design work for their marketing and everything. And so he comes walking in saying, I want this design, this design, this design, and without even consciously knowing it, they designed something very similar to all of the already established designs that they were seeing on a regular basis when they were on the bus headed to work. So I find that fascinating. And so my experience with my logo is pretty much the same as that. And my logo is distinctly different. My logo isn't me wearing a really stupid hat. It's actually my avatar. And it's not, there's no pipe in his mouth or anything. Anyways, so this is pretty much concluding the video here. But a lot of what I focused on here in this video was not just applying textures, but also adding a lot more depth. I had a lot of buildings that just stopped up to a specific point. And so I made something like 3 or 4 buildings in this video. Of course, they were very small, and most of their surface area was basically blocked by the distortion of perspective and such like that. Like the already established buildings covering up the new buildings that I was drawing out in this video. Anyways, guys, that pretty much concludes it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you didn't like it, please like, share, and subscribe anyways. There's a lot of work that goes into this. If you guys would like to take a look at any of my other videos, feel free to click on any of them that are appearing on the screen right now.